Picture this. John Wick, the ultimate badass assassin, meets an underground idol and everything changes. Yep, you heard me right. Welcome to the manga called The Hitman's Fave, where Endo Owol, a lethal killer, finds himself tangled up in the world of an idol named Kaorin. It's like John Wick trading bullets for love songs, diving headfirst into a whirlwind of action, emotion, and unexpected twists. Our story starts with our Japanese John Wick, killing as usual, and calling for the cleanup crew to erase any trace of his deadly deeds. Endo Owol is the most powerful assassin in the Fujisan Kai, a huge black market organization. He was feared as a killing machine because of his ruthless work and overwhelming fighting power. But deep within our Japanese John Wick resides an immense fandom for Kaorin, the underground idol of Rosisia. Despite the stark contrast between his brutal profession and his secret fandom, Endo finds great comfort in Kaorin's ethereal presence. The narrative pivots as Endo approaches Kaorin to extend his congratulations after a stellar concert. In response, Kaorin humbly stated, "It's all because I am always supported by Endo-san." The radiance emitted by Kaorin proved to be overwhelming for our hitman. Endo expressed, "Anything can be done for Kaorin." Upon hearing this, Kaorin blushed and suggested, "Today, perhaps he can shake her hand." However, Endo responded, "That cannot be done. Her hand cannot be soiled with his dirty hands." As his time with Kaorin drew to an end, he looked back and pondered, finding solace in the realization that he did not mind being unable to shake her hand, as she had bestowed upon him a purpose in life. It was she who illuminated the dark, empty void within our hitman's life. Subsequently, our hitman's life underwent an abrupt and profound emotional transformation. Endo pondered whether he was worthy of being Kaorin's fan, given his identity as a hitman. A sudden thought struck him. The dead guy might still be alive. However, his crew assured him that the man was indeed deceased. Frustration engulfed Endo as he grappled with the realization that he had taken away someone's life, leaving behind a grieving family. This inner turmoil intensified when he overheard Kaorin referring to him as a murderer. Later, we find Endo confronting Kaorin, declaring that he would no longer frequent her presence, deeming her unfit for his company. Kaorin vehemently protested, insisting that it wasn't true and offering him a tissue to cleanse his hands. Despite his resolve to leave, Endo found himself unable to be moved by the guard's attempts to push him away, his strength rendering him immovable. In the Fujiyama Tower, we witness Endo's conversation with Fujiyama-san, the top leader, where he expresses his desire to abandon his life as a hitman. Fujiyama-san observes the change in Endo's demeanor and queries if it's because of a woman. Endo clarifies that it's because of an idol. This revelation surprises everyone, prompting Fujiyama-san to question if he looked like a man to joke with. After confirming his allegiance to Kaorin, Endo emphasizes his commitment to supporting her, even if it means forsaking his role as a killer. Aware of the incongruity between his violent past and his newfound devotion, Endo acknowledges his unworthiness to stand by Kaorin's side. Fujiyama-san remarks on Endo's transformation from an emotionless monster to a more humane individual. Then the boss fired out Hitman. Endo is terminated from his position as a Japanese hitman. Shocked by the abrupt dismissal, Endo bows and exits the room, leaving behind a palpable sense of uncertainty and regret. Following this, Kaorin prepares for her first solo concert. Excitedly, she shares the news with her father, who expresses his pride and support for her achievement. However, the conversation takes a serious turn as her father addresses Morita, Kaorin's guard, entrusting her safety to him. Sensing Kaorin's discomfort, she interjects, pleading with her father to cease assigning a monitor to watch over her, as Morita's intimidating presence unnerves her fans. Her father, acknowledging the inherent risks of being an idol, conveys his respect for Kaorin's chosen path, but warns her of the consequences if she fails to recognize her responsibilities. It's a poignant exchange that underscores the complexities of fame and the protective instincts of a parent. Later, we find Endo toiling away in a fast food joint, his attention momentarily diverted by a notification on his phone. A surge of excitement courses through him as he learns of Rosacci's upcoming solo concert on March 26th, complete with new songs and dazzling costumes. Despite never having attended any of Kaorin's events, Endo feels a swell of pride, knowing she's putting in the hard work. Seeking to support Kaorin with clean money, Endo inquires about his payday from the manager. The response comes, it's due on the 25th. With renewed determination, Endo resolves to contribute it to Kaorin's success. However, his focus is quickly redirected as customers await their orders. Amidst the hustle and bustle, the manager's frustrated outburst draws attention. Despite the tension, Endo remains composed, swiftly serving the customers their meals. Yet his efforts are met with reprimand from the manager, who chastises him for perceived negligence. Despite the unjust criticism, Endo offers a simple apology, his resolve undeterred as he remains steadfast in his commitment to supporting Kaorin. Finally, the 26th of March arrives, and with it, a sold-out concert venue buzzing with anticipation. Sakura, Ritsuki, Kume, and Kaorin, the group, is ready to take the stage. However, amidst the excitement, Kaorin's nerves get the best of her, leading her to seek solace in the restroom. Unbeknownst to her, danger lurks in the shadows as she falls prey to a group of sinister individuals who swiftly whisk her away. Meanwhile, Endo eagerly makes his way to the concert, hoping for a chance encounter with Kaorin. Suddenly, a speeding car catches his attention, signaling trouble ahead. The bodyguard's frustration boils over at Kaorin's abduction, but Endo remains unfazed, chastising the guard for his past failures. The guard immediately recognized Endo, but before they could react, Endo sprang into action. He swiftly contacted his boss, pleading for assistance in locating someone. Meanwhile, amidst the chaos, Kaorin's voice pierced through the tension as she demanded to know the identity of her captors. In response, one of the kidnappers silenced her with a sharp command. Kaorin's realization dawned upon her. The very fans who adored her were now a threat. As fear gripped her, she understood the gravity of her situation. Then, Fujiyama, Endo's boss, stepped into the fray, his authoritative presence commanding attention. He addressed the kidnappers with a chilling certainty, revealing the enormity of their mistake. Not only was Kaorin the daughter of the Prime Minister, but she also held a special place in Endo's heart. This revelation emphasized the severity of their actions, setting the stage for a confrontation of unprecedented proportions. Suddenly, our Japanese John Wick made a grand entrance, effortlessly dispatching one of the kidnappers with a powerful punch that sent him flying, crashing into a nearby car. The onlookers were stunned and terrified by the sheer prowess of our Japanese hitman. With swift and precise moves, he incapacitated the remaining assailants, ensuring Kaorin's safety. Amidst the chaos, Endo reassured Kaorin, affirming that he was there to rescue her. As they made their escape, he couldn't help but admire Kaorin's new costume, noting how cute it looked. However, the bodyguard, overwhelmed with guilt, tearfully apologized, blaming himself for the situation. Kaorin, in a moment of self-awareness, acknowledged her own lapse in judgment. As they fled to safety, the bodyguard hesitated, questioning Endo's decision to stay behind. But Endo insisted they needed to hurry, knowing the kidnappers wouldn't relent easily. Though Kaorin attempted to uncover Endo's identity by removing his mask, he stopped her, unwilling to reveal himself to her. Instead, he simply extended his hand in gratitude for her thanks and urged them to leave the scene. As they departed, the kidnappers opened fire, intent on cornering Endo. But he remained undeterred, determined to protect Kaorin at all costs. As the concert commenced, Kaorin humbly apologized for her delay, attributing it to getting lost along the way. Meanwhile, backstage, the kidnappers frantically searched for Endo. their presence unnoticed amidst the excitement of the event. As the concert unfolded, chaos erupted as the kidnappers attempted to locate Endo amidst the crowd. Amidst the commotion, our Japanese John Wick emerged, wielding glow sticks with remarkable skill. With each strike, he effortlessly subdued the assailants, swiftly turning the tables in favor of Kaorin's safety. With the threat neutralized, law enforcement arrived on the scene, swiftly apprehending the kidnappers. As the audience erupted into applause, the concert culminated in the long-awaited debut of a new song, symbolizing a triumphant victory over adversity. In a final act of solidarity, the performers urged their fans to continue supporting them as they embarked on a new chapter together. The next day, Endo was taking care of his magnificent suit, equipping it with many guns, dynamite, and glow sticks, as our Japanese hitman set off to see his favorite idol, Kaorin. In the next scene, Kaorin said, "Endo-san, please wear this rosacea t-shirt sometime." Endo was shocked and asked, "What's this?" Kaorin explained, "Endo-san is always in a suit. I'd like to see you in this next time." In Endo's mind, he thought, "Who am I kidding, being a hitman? There might not be a need to wear the suit anymore." Kaorin revealed that she had designed the t-shirt herself. Beside Endo, a man asked, "What do you think, Kume-chan?" Kume-chan said it was lame and that people would think something was wrong with him. Despite this, Kaorin insisted it was cute and encouraged Endo to wear it. Endo was shocked to hear himself being called cute. Kaorin's bodyguard also expressed surprise, asking, "Endo-san? Cute?" Kaorin remarked that the design might be too cute for men to wear, but Endo said he could wear it. In the next scene, our Japanese hitman struggled to decide what to wear. He had been feeling all kinds of emotions since he found his favorite idol, willing to even die of shame for her. However, the problem was that the suit was a technological marvel, equipped for a hitman's life. Endo thought hard and finally made up his mind that it wasn't a big deal as he went out, saying this. A kid behind them held a toy gun, and Endo jumped, thinking it was real. The kid's mom scolded him for playing with it in the hallway. The kid, shocked to see our Japanese John Wick jumping from the building, finally decided it was too dangerous after all. In the heavy rain, the man we saw before approached Endo-san and asked, "You aren't wearing that t-shirt?" He said it sternly, explaining that wearing something like that was like throwing away one's life. He understood because he used to think the same way when he was a student, hiding his otaku interests. Reluctantly, he invited Endo to karaoke, though he didn't want to go. He feared that being exposed as an otaku would be social death. So, instead of going to his favorite idol's concert, he made an excuse not to attend. The next week, when he was with his friends, his favorite idol retired. That day, he decided he would have no more regrets. Endo put his arm on the man's shoulder, and the man was happy. At the concert, Endo thought that he had been wrong, and it was time to support his favorite idol without hesitation. He jumped, yelling, "I don't plan to leave any regrets," leaping so high that he bumped into the ceiling like a kangaroo. He was shocked by how light his body felt, even though he was carrying a whole load of guns and dynamite. The man behind him, witnessing his crazy stunts, was shocked. Kaorin noticed that her fan numbers had increased and was happy. However, she didn't realize that they weren't just any fans. They were Endo-san, becoming One Punch Man with his serious side jumps. This guy was freaking crazy for his favorite idol. Kaorin's bodyguard was shocked to witness Endo-san becoming One Punch Man, telling him he was bothering. Endo stopped, and his t-shirt ripped apart, leaving no trace of its existence. He asked if something was wrong, leaving the bodyguard too shocked to respond. The next day, we saw our Japanese hitman returning to buy another t-shirt, devastated by its destruction. Kaorin was happy, and Endo apologized, saying he could only use the t-shirt for display and would stick to wearing his suit. Kaorin acknowledged her appreciation for Endo's care of the suit, despite her rude comment earlier. She said seeing Endo cherish and dress up to see her made her happy and that she could find him wherever he was when he wore the suit. The guy with glasses remarked that it seemed like Endo had resolved his issue. Endo agreed, saying, "Yeah, this is my uniform.